You know what's strange? We're taught the guests are a good thing, that their presence should bring warmth, joy, connection, and yet for many of us, the moment someone says we're coming over, something inside us tightens. A quiet resistance, a subtle discomfort we can't fully explain. We all think we understand this feeling. We tell ourselves we're just tired, or busy, or maybe just not in the mood. But that's only the surface, because disliking guests isn't really about the people themselves. It's about what their presence represents and what it quietly disrupts inside us. Picture this. You're at home, alone. Everything is exactly where you want it. Your time feels like it belongs to you. There's a rhythm. Maybe it's silent, maybe it's chaotic, but it's yours. Now imagine someone stepping into that space. Suddenly, you become aware of things you didn't notice before. The mess, the silence, yourself. And this is where things start to shift. At its core, your home isn't just a physical space. Psychologically, it's an extension of your identity. A controlled environment where you don't have to perform, where your guard drops, where you can exist without being observed. But when guests arrive, that private world becomes public. And with that shift comes pressure. Here's what most people don't realize. The discomfort isn't about hosting, it's about being seen. Psychologists often talk about something called the spotlight effect, our tendency to feel like we're constantly being evaluated, even when we're not. When guests enter your space, that effect intensifies. Suddenly, you're not just living in your home. You're presenting it, curating it, managing how it reflects you. And this is where it gets interesting. Because even if your guests aren't judging you, your mind assumes they might be. Are things clean enough? Am I being a good host? Am I saying the right things? Without realizing it, you shift from being yourself to performing a version of yourself that feels acceptable. Think about it. Even your behavior changes. You sit differently. You speak differently. You become more aware of pauses, of silences. What was once effortless becomes intentional. And that subtle shift drains energy faster than we expect. But there's something deeper happening beneath all this. Humans have a natural need for control, especially over their personal environment. It's one of the ways we regulate stress. Your home is one of the few places where you can control almost everything. The sounds, the pace, the interactions. Guests, however, introduce unpredictability. And unpredictability psychologically is closely linked to anxiety. Now connect that to modern life. Today, we're more mentally overstimulated than ever. Constant notifications, social expectations, endless digital interaction. So when we finally get time alone, our brain treats it as recovery time. A chance to reset, to breathe. Guests, even well-meaning ones, interrupt that recovery, not because they're unwanted, but because they arrive at a moment when your mind is trying to restore itself. Studies in environmental psychology suggest that personal space plays a critical role in emotional regulation. When that space is disrupted, even temporarily, it can create a subtle sense of stress, not intense enough to alarm you, but enough to make you uneasy. And this is where things get strange. Because we still want connection. We value relationships. We enjoy people, but only in the right context, the right timing, the right mental state. When those conditions aren't met, even positive social interactions can feel overwhelming. So the problem isn't that you don't like guests, it's that you don't like losing the version of yourself that only exists when you're alone. That unfiltered, unobserved, completely relaxed version of you disappears the moment someone else enters your space, and your mind resists that loss, even if it can't explain why. So next time you feel that quiet discomfort when someone says they're visiting, don't rush to judge it. It's not rudeness. It's not selfishness. It's your mind trying to protect something deeply personal, your sense of control, your identity, your mental space. And maybe the real question isn't why you don't like guests. Maybe it's how rarely you get to truly be yourself. If this made you see something differently, consider subscribing.